Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode.
Welcome back.
So, today we're going to talk about a few scary moments Amanda's had, and I'll let her take it away from there.
Yeah. So on last Monday, I got off the couch and all of a sudden I had that same feeling of my leg like giving out. And when that had happened, I was like instantly transported back to the day that we went to the emergency room. And I, I mean, I was like shocked, scared, nervous, and I was just trying to figure out like it was so instantaneous that the feeling came so vividly back. Um and all I did was get off the couch and just I don't know if you guys are new here. When I got off this same couch, you know, 18 months ago, I ended up falling in my bedroom, and that's when I knew that something was warranting going to the emergency room. So to have that happen on our couch was very, all those words, scary, terrifying, all the things. And then another thing that happened was on Friday, I started to get this almost like right leg numbness, or not even numbness, but it's the feeling that I had when I was back at Stratton. I wasn't recovering well, and I couldn't figure out why I wasn't recovering well, even though it was 2 weeks of non training. And my body was getting worse and worse and worse. And I had this real, I wouldn't call it a sharp pain in my right side, but it was more this nagging sensation just radiating kind of down my leg. And I had that at work on Friday, and to the point where my coworker Christy says you need to reach out to your neuro-oncologist. And thank God my my staff members know which provider to talk to. So I ended up reaching out, or then I called my mom. I wanted to talk to Jesse and figure out exactly what to do when I got home, and he drafted a letter for me. But yeah, that scared the hell out of me twice. Twice.
So, how are you
Like,
feeling now?
good. I mean, good. I went and I did Pilates. I was kind of thinking to myself, oh, let's see how this goes. Let's see how this feels. And I was able to do all of it. And then I ended up doing bar three online on this past Saturday, where it's like really small movements, and I was able to do those. And I also think that, to me, I do feel like the body knows. The body knows, even though I wasn't really thinking about this. I know that we've talked a lot about kind of with glioblastoma, you have this range of 16 months to 18 months. But I've always honed in on the 16 months because that was a kind of, a few people had said like the average is 16. So I really honed in on 16. Tomorrow marks month 18. And I think in a way my body was like low key remembering what happened a year and a half ago. And so I thought maybe that was just like something that my body was kind of doing on its own.
Like a trauma release?
Yeah, or like the that book, The Body Keeps Score.
Yeah,
Yeah, mine's mine's like keeping score to like the week. Thank you, body.
that's an interesting thought. I could see that.
Yeah. Oh, I guess another thing that changed was, and I kind of was already thinking this, is I started really ramping up physical therapy. And physical therapy has been how, like, a lot of it is my right left discrepancy. Some of it is my eyesight's changing. And so every day it's kind of something different. But we were doing a lot of stuff with balancing with my eyes closed. And so maybe that was kind of doing something with my stabilizer muscles, which might have just caused that little, like those little fibers to,
Yeah, because once you were up, you were solid,
yeah.
right? The difference before is when you buckled, you were feeling yourself being unstable,
Mm-hmm.
and this time you're getting up and you're feeling unstable to solid,
Yeah.
which seems like it could be a musculoskeletal thing just because of that.
Yeah.
It's a little bit different. How do you so you have this terrible, terrifying feeling? How do you process that emotion in the moment? I think that's really important to maybe speak to because you're doing exceptionally well.
Mm-hmm.
And people are watching this, and a lot of times, and we've talked about this too, people want to believe that you're out of the woods, you never have to think about this again.
No.
Which, yeah, we hope that's the case. But you are living with a terminal diagnosis. You're living with a disease that medically they still are calling it uncurable.
Mm-hmm.
And so with that means an heightened awareness to your body, certain changes,
Yeah.
probably impact or you feel a lot more deeply than the average person is going to feel when they stand up on the couch and they feel a little lightheaded or they feel
Yeah.
something. So when that came up for you and you're feeling scared, you're feeling, what do you do to move through that, to get out of that?
At first, I just didn't want to say anything out loud to anyone. There was part of me that was like, oh no, oh no. And I immediately got scared, frightened, terrified, all the emotion, but it was like definitely very.
Understandable.
I don't think I told you till the next day.
No, you told me that day.
Oh,
You told me as we were leaving, you said, my leg just buckled and it was exactly how it happened before.
which I guess it was a little bit different, but but in that moment I was so terrified. But then again, talking to somebody about it, reaching out to, well, the second time, reaching out to my medical team to have some version of reassurance, try not to kind of do like, not a mock up, but when you make it happen again to see if it
Mm-hmm.
happens again. What is that called?
Trying to replicate
Yeah,
it.
like replicate. That's the word I was trying to say.
Mock
Uh,
up, replicate, same thing.
no, wait, what that is. Um, and it didn't. And and then we sat in the car for a long time. I was nervous about that. I thought for sure, like if there was a time that it was gonna not buckle but have again, um, it didn't happen. So that was like nice about, or that was awesome. Living with a terminal or chronic illness, you, I very much think that people like myself, we have such a heightened awareness of our bodies. What is it doing? Because even though our normal is so different now, when something's off. And I knew something was off immediately. But it could be easily explained in adding more physical therapy days and stuff like that, and not really linking the two until after the scary part's over. And then you're like, oh, wait a minute. What did my day or what did my week look like? There's a lot of things that happened last week that I didn't use, I don't do all the time.
Yeah, it's one of the keys with any sort of fearful experience is to not create a story right away to attach that fearful experience.
Yeah.
And most of us, that's what we do is we feel a feeling and we immediately tell a story that is,
Yeah.
super scary worst case scenario. I was telling you this the other night when you were upset about something is I don't afford myself the luxury to react in the same way as you because when one person's afraid, if another person joins in, then you have a panic. There's a video I remember went viral a few years ago. It was on some city street like Paris or something like that. And people were out for a jog. They went for a jog and they went jogging through this area that was outdoor dining. But one of the diners saw the person jogging and thought they were running from something scary. And because they thought they were running from something scary, they jumped up and started to run. And then it caused this panic.
What?
Yeah. And then everybody's sitting outside and you see their faces just go just terrified. They jump up, they're turning tables over and they take off running. Because that's what happens is we have one person, there's somebody's reaction And then, so one person's afraid, and then if the other person doesn't take time to sit and think it through, or they start to tell themselves a worst case scenario, fearful story, you have a panic really quickly.
Yeah.
So I am glad you're speaking to also what you're doing to help move through it, because those things are really scary. And obviously, we'll keep everybody posted if anything else happens.
Yes.
We're hopeful it won't.
Yes.
And anything else for this one? All right, everybody. That's all for this one. We love and appreciate you. We'll see you next time. Thanks so much for being here.